Duane Eddy. Apparently simple, not at all. Really, really awesome fun to play. I really think Duane Eddy is like, you know, he just understood the pure joy of playing awesome things without them necessarily having to be super complex. But I tell you what, I made about 100 mistakes in that. I didn't play, there were different things in different sections that I got lost in my enthusiasm, and I can't really read the paper I've done over there. So I smashed this transcription out over the weekend. We had some car troubles. My hands have grease all over them, and I ended up fixing one of our cars yesterday instead of taking my time working on this. So, but you know what? It's still good, and it's going to be a great lesson. You're going to have a good time. Okay, don't forget you can get the transcription if you're a Patreon member, so the accuracy and the detail is all there. 3 pages of goodness like this. There's 3 other pages, but you get the point. I really like to have those for myself when working through the lesson like we're going to be doing today. So grab your guitar. I'm going to walk you through the different ways that Duane Eddy played over an A, D, and an E chord in this amazingly fun, fantastic tune. It could have been taught somewhere, but I couldn't find a good lesson or tutorial on this one. Tell me if there is a good one. But now you've got another one, because that's what we're going to go through right now. Ramrod by Duane Eddy. Let's get to work. Okay, this is from the specific version that I have worked out from, which I've put in the transcription below, by the way. So check that out. It's like a live version from the 70s. It's really cool. So he came in, or the video was captured from this part here. 2 and 3 and 4. And that's just a double stop from the, slide into the 5th fret and play that. It ends up being 7 times, but we want to think like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then from here, he does this real surfy kind of little thing. So it's the 5th string open and the 1st fret on the 4th string, which is an E flat, sliding into an E natural. It's just an A5 chord, okay? But he's sliding that little note in, a little bit of tension. So the rhythm to that. Okay, so you see that right hand, I'll give it a little break. Or you can strum right through. I think, yeah, I'm not actually sure what he was doing there. That transcription was a little difficult because the horns were quite heavy there. I probably don't have an excuse for that first part, but it's just escaping me now. But yeah, you've really got a choice. If you want to slide it in, or hammer right through the whole lot, strum right through the whole lot. Fun either way. So that was bars 1 to 3. Bar 4 is the beginning of marked A, verse 1. And that's the main riff of the song, and it goes like this. So let's have a really quick look at what's happening there. Again, you're holding that A5, you're hitting the 5th string and the 4th string together, just like that. Then play the 3rd fret on the 6th string, just like that. Then play the open 6th string. Okay, then after that, you repeat. Does it twice. 3rd time, slightly different rhythm, and it goes to the 3rd fret and back to the 5th string to the chord. So say that. Then you hit the 5th string, then 3rd fret, then 4th fret. Okay, and that's kind of the main riff. Alright, and you just repeat that twice. Then we pretty much play the same thing over a D. Well, it's similar. So we've moved up now. We're playing the 4th string open, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So yeah, we'll build it up the same way. So hit it twice, and then you play the 3rd fret on the, you guessed it, on the 5th string. So we've kind of gone back. Okay, then open, just like before. So we've just taken the idea and moved it up. Do it again. Again. Okay. It's exactly the same, just moved up a string from the initial idea. Only you hit the 4th string and then you go 3, 4 on the 5th string. Okay, but that's how you finish it before you go back to A, that 3 and 4. And then we're back to the A idea. And then 3, 4, it's exactly the same, it's just only one time through, not repeated twice like it was initially. And this takes us to what we do on the E chord, and this is a little different, so we get this. And and then we get that. Okay, so that little bit there, on your transcription, that is, I can't read these, they're too small, I need bigger glasses, that is bar 12 on your transcription, so we get this. So you're holding an E chord, you're hitting the 6th string, and you're kind of strumming through a little. 1st string open, 6th string, if you hit some extra notes, no problem, so pick the 2nd string with your pinky added to the 3rd fret. Hit the 6th string, then lift your 3rd finger and play the 1st string open. You probably don't have to lift your pinky, but I would get it out of the way. Like that. And from there, he actually hits the 3rd and 2nd string open as he changes to the D. So you get this. Okay, just a little bit of gristle there. And then we get this D/F sharp. I've just marked it as a D on the transcription, but we want the F sharp in the bass. That's really cool. Very good thinking, Duane Eddy. Chuck your thumb on the 2nd fret of the 6th string and play a D7 chord. 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string, and 2nd fret on the 1st string. I kid you not, I can hear a piano being delivered into one of the other rooms. We're going to press on. So it's very much the same right hand technique there on the D/F sharp, but we don't have to adjust the left hand at all. So if you've got this down, just follow the same thing. Okay, so 6 and strum, hit a few strings. Then actually 1st string open. 1st string on the 1st fret. Hit the 6th string. I'm due for a coffee. Then hit the 3rd string, up, down on the 6th string again, up on the 2nd string, down on the 6th. So, okay. Yeah, that last one. Okay, so if I play those 2 bars together. Okay, that's those 2 bars. One after the other. So when I said, you know, it's all about that right hand technique, you can just repeat it. If you just hold that chord and do something similar, it's going to be pretty cool. It's a little bit of that Carl Perkins thing. Okay, Duane Eddy, there was a lot more to Duane Eddy than just, you know, twangy single note picking. That guy could really play. That's why he had so much power about playing this stuff that's simple, you know. And I guess it is simple by comparison to some other stuff, but the complexity is in its power and its precision. I could go on. Instead, I'll go on with what we're working on. So, that was, consider that like one verse. And you could almost play that every time and it would work. But there are some really nice details in all the other versions. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Not hard, just 5 from the 3rd string, 5 on the 2nd string, 5 on the 1st string. That is an A minor triad. Okay, without the A at the bottom, the A is at the top. So we've got a C, an E, and an A. Okay, think of an A minor chord. It's just that top bit. I mean, how cool is that? Get on the Bigsby. Love that. Okay, so verse 2, we get this. Okay, so you see that little bar there? That's the key difference here. That's the 3rd bar of verse 2. Bar 16, 17, bar 18. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll show you that you already know how to play this. 3, 4. And then from here, you go like this. So we hit the A5, we hit it again. So then we roll 3 to 4, so we go like that. Then we play the 4th string on the 2nd fret. Then we play the 4th fret. 4th fret on the 4th string, as well as the 5th string open. and then we lift it and strum those 2 notes again. So then we play the 4th fret on the 5th string, then we play the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So when I said, you know, hit the 2nd fret on the 4th string, you're already holding it, ideally. You want to have that held down like an A5 chord, so. Okay, and that's a really important little rhythm, because it's a great rockabilly-esque rock and roll kind of thing. You know, you're going to see that again in other songs. In fact, you're going to see it again very shortly. The next bar is just the same as in the previous verses at this point. You know, we've got this sort of 4-bar process where it goes. Okay, so you've already covered that in bar 7. Okay, exactly the same thing. So that whole passage. So once you've done that, the next thing's from D. You're literally just doing the same rhythm as before, which was, and then it just returns back to exactly the same as the first verse. Only this time it does this really cool little lick between verse 2 and 3, which goes. Check this out. This is super cool. So it's you play the A5 twice, then you slide the the 3 to the 4 like that. Okay. Then you play just a regular A5. Then you pick the 3rd fret on the 5th string and you bend it. So, and then you do an E5. Okay. And that's that little turnaround there. We now move on to verse 3, where he does that rhythm that we used earlier. I told you you'd see it again. But you just keep repeating it. Okay, and then, so that's what I'm doing anyway. There's a little bit of variation, and I think I mentioned earlier with the saxophones, it was a little bit hard to pick everything, so this is kind of what I went with. Okay, so do that for 4 bars in total, and then you do the same thing on the D, and that goes like this. We hit the, we play a D5. I put my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret there too. We're going to need that. So then put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string and slide it up to the 4th fret. So like that. Okay. Then you do this. Hit the 3rd and 2nd string while you're already holding those notes. Then play the 4th fret. Then lift it. Hit them again. And then play the 4th fret on the 4th string. And then 3rd and 2nd string together. So okay, and then we're just back to doing. Now I mucked around with this when I was playing in the intro, but what you can do here is you've got a little bit of choice. I think on the version that I mentioned that I've learnt this from, he just goes back to that. No, sorry, I remember now. That's right. Yeah, I've got it written down, but seriously, it's so hard for me to see. I think my eyes are going bad. But the 3 and the 4 there, just go 0, 0, 3, 4, 0, 3, 4. That's pretty much just that. That you know, takes us to the E chord there for verse 3. So the whole verse, I'll play it loosely, and then we'll have a look at the turnaround into verse 3, verse 4. I can't count. I'm shocking at this. Into verse 4. So two, three, four, 1, 2, and then we get into the next crazy bit. Okay, so the transition from verse 3 to verse 4 goes like this. We come off the back of 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's literally an E5, and this is bar 39, by the way, on the transcription for Patreons and members of the website, and that goes 1, 2, 3. I'll do that really slow. We're holding an E5, down, up, down, up, down, O, 2, 4. Just on an E5 chord, 2nd fret, 5th string, open 6th string. So, okay, take note of the right hand, down, up, down, up, down, out, down, up. Okay, so once you've done that little run, verse 4 goes like this. Okay, it's a little rusty on that little rundown. I need to have another look at that, but let me walk you through what's happening there. So we're playing, you're always hitting the 5th string. That's a really important feature of this section. Okay, it's quite sort of rapid down picking. You could probably down up pick it as well. But I find to get that deep, constant biting twang. Okay, you want to do all downstrokes there. So that might be a little bit challenging. And then what the left hand is doing, okay, I'll break it down. So we're hitting the 5th string, and then we're holding the 6th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 3rd string, and 4th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so I kind of just ran along there. So we're holding the 6th, 5th, and 4th fret, as I mentioned. And what we do is we pick the 5th string, we strum the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Okay, with the 5th string as well. Strum the 5th string again and slide up. So, okay, or all of them. The 5, 4, 3, and set 2. Then hit the 5th string, and then play the same thing. So it kind of just cycles. It goes. And then you get that little lick at the end. You go O, O, the 6th string open, 2nd fret, and then open again. So except the second time around we set up the D chord. So I'll do that second bar. So O, 2, 4 on the 5th string, and then we pretty much repeat the same thing, only this time but we're doing it from the 4th string, and the left hand is moving into a D7 chord. So all he's doing with all of these is playing 1 fret back and sliding into a chord that would make sense. So obviously playing a G sharp chord, and if we go back from an A we get a G sharp chord. If we slide in from if we play a G sharp chord, it might seem a little odd, but it's just creating tension to fall into the A. We're doing the same thing here, except we're doing a C sharp 7 essentially, sliding into a D7. So I'm playing the 1st fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 1st string, and the 2nd string is open. My 1st finger is raised. Obviously we can't press a fret down there, but when I slide up, okay, and when we do it quick, oh, hang on, oh, this feels awkward all of a sudden. Okay, it's not easy. None of this stuff is actually that easy, and you can tell that Duane Eddy really thought about everything he played. You know, a lot of thought went into it. All these transitions are beautiful and really neatly placed. So that makes it a little bit difficult to nail these pieces, especially if you just learnt them all very recently. So, again, kudos to Duane Eddy. It's a great piece of guitar work. And kudos to you if you've made it this far. Yeah, it's really good fun. So, what happens after that? It actually comes back to the A. I'll play everything from this section a little slow. Yeah, so when we come back to the A, we off the D, O, 2, 4 on the 6th string, and we're back to the A riff. Then, we go O, 4, 2, O, okay? But now we're doing bit you've already learnt, okay? So it's just the same tag as the other verses. Transition is the same as the previous one. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes. Okay, so the good news from here is that the last verse, verse 5, marked E on the transcription, is I would just play that very much the same as the second verse, which was the first sax solo. So that went like this. I'll just play through it and you'll probably recognize it. But section F, the outro, we just play an A7. We pick the second string. We do this lick. I'll play the lick and then I'll talk you through it. Okay, really, really, really cool. So it's an A7. So come off the A7. Play the second string. First string open. Second string again. We're holding the C sharp there, so it's O2, O2, A7 chord. So again, we pick that second string, first string, second string, open, and then play the third string at the second fret, open third string, second fret on the fourth string, open fourth string, bend the second fret, let it down, and then an A chord, just strummed rapidly like that. That is everything. I hope you've really enjoyed that lesson. By the way, I didn't mention at the beginning, but in terms of guitar tone, just a nice, fairly transparent overdrive. If you've got a tube amp, great, straight to a tube amp. That will work really, really nicely. If not, that's totally okay as well. And I've got a little bit of mystery brain echo going on there, or a bit of reverb would probably work quite well also. Yeah, but you dial in the tone that you like for that Duane Eddy sound. Those things, in my opinion, will work really well, but you might play it however you like with whatever tone you like. If you've enjoyed this video, please check out Adrian Whyte online. I've just finished Rockabilly Rebuild, which is a 5-module course that teaches, you know, the theory behind Rockabilly Licks in a way that means you don't have to know everything about theory. It kind of introduces you, takes you down that path, and there's over 100 transcriptions on that website now, just like this one, okay, all the PDFs. Most of my videos are online for free, but the PDFs are not. The library will get you there. So go check that out or join the Patreon. I put out the tabs with the lessons on Patreon as well, so that might be something that you would like to do. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I will see you in the next lesson and you have a great day. Ciao.